Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. A couple of seamless patterns using a six-sided polygon for a pretty cool little seamless pattern. I mean, you could use it for a lot of things or get your own design. So let's just start with a six-sided polygon. Go to the polygon, get on six-sided. And I would make it something even, like let's make the top of it 10 inches. So that I had my ratio locked, so it's still a six-sided polygon because you need it to be perfect. Now I'm going to make that one black, and I'm going to change my nudge factor to 2 inches. I'm going to make a duplicate and move it down. That's too far. Let's go with 1 inch. And I'm going to hit the plus key on the keyboard and move it. Now I'm going to turn that one red because I want to know what the original one was. So I'm going to take the original, I'm going to hit the plus key, and I'm going to make it red. So now you can see the black is my original one. Now I'm going to take my original one again. Well, I don't have to do that. Let's take that one and go hit the plus key and go, whoop, go straight down. Get this one and plus key and go straight up. So you see what I kind of got. So I'm going to take the Smart Fill tool. But first of all, I'm going to group all this together. Control G, because I want to be able to move it out of the way. So the black line is my polygon. So I'm just going to do those two black lines and this. Now, because of the fact that I grouped this together, I can move it out of the way. So I've still got a six-sided polygon. And you can do variations of that and have this bigger or smaller. I'm going to Control G to group those. And if you remember, we made it, well, let's make it now 8 inches wide, but I still had my ratio locked. So now I can change my nudge factor to 8 inches. And what's going to happen is they're going to be seamless. And tell you what, we're going to make it smaller. Whoop. We're going to make it smaller just for the effect. So I'm going to reduce it inside, but I want it even, so I'm going to make it 3 inches. And then I'll change my nudge factor with nothing selected, change it to 3. And you could do, any which way you wanted to, but we're going to Control D, and I'm just making a pattern. Whoop. Now, group this together, Control G, Control D to duplicate it, and take one of the nodes up point and try to have it snap to, and just kind of look at it to make sure there's no line. Now, there is a line there, but what we can do later, we can take all these and put a black outline on it, and it'll match. Now, let me back up one step. If we do this the first time, Control D, well, I didn't have to do that, and just move that over here, you can see we're off center. But now, if you'll go Control G to group, Control D to duplicate, and if you hit it on the first try, you can go Control D as many times as you want. Now, that's nothing of any of those patterns I did before. And I'm going to show you how I did this one. This one's actually a little cooler. But there's one pattern that would be pretty cool, and it's perfect. So let's take the polygon tool again and set on six-sided. And we'll go ahead and make it big just for the video, and we're going to make it 18 inches. And our nudge factor is still, with nothing selected, is still on. Let's go on 1. So let's go Control D or hit the plus key. I like that. But I'm going to make the original one black, just so that way I can tell which one's the original. Now I'm going to make a copy of that and move it up and make it red. So my original one is there. So now we can take this again and hit the plus key and move it up twice. Grab that one, plus key, move it down twice. So I've got a thin and a thick line. I'm going to go ahead and, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make them all the same. So I'm going to hit the plus key on this one. And then I'm going to go one more. And then I'm going to hit the plus key on this one and go up twice. Whoop. So now I've got, well, I need really one more band. So I'm going to hit the plus key and move down one. Grab this one, hit the plus key and move up one. So now, see where the black line is helping you? Because you can figure out which is black. Now I'm going to group all these together. That just makes life a little easier. Now I'm going to take the Smart Fill tool, set on black, and I'm going to do the first one and the second one. And you could do the center one and then do the first one and well, how come that's not even? Let me back up here. So I've got 4 below it. So maybe I did not take this one. Whoop, got to ungroup it. So we're going to take this one, make a duplicate and move it up. So now I've got even amounts. So I'm going to go black, black. I'm not going to do that center one. I'm going to do this. Now I'm going to take white and I'm going to fill, well, what we could do is let's take our black. Well, let's set our nudge factor on like 8 inches. And if I grab all the black lines, I can move them out of the way, but also grab that other part. Let me move it back. Let me just tell you what, let's just grab the black, move it over, grab the black, move it over, grab the black, move it over, grab. Now, if we take the Alt key and just touch them, now we can Control G to group them and we can move that back. Now let's take the white, set on white and go there, 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 and there. Now, because this is a group, we can move this out of the way. Well, I did not group it. Remember, if you remember, I ungrouped. So let's just do the black and let's make it like 10 inches or 12. Let's move that out of the way. And remember, that's a group. So now here's our, you know what we could do to make it easier? Just take a yellow box, go object, order, back a page, so you can see our white. So now I'm going to take our white and let me delete these. I did not really rehearse this one. So let's take the white, move it over, move it over. Now we can group all this and delete it. Now, while that's still there, let's group this together. And you don't have to do this part, but because that's a group now, we could get the interactive fill tool and just swipe through here and make one corner of it black. Kind of give it a little bit of look, but it's too much black, so we can run it off. I just want a little bit of shadow. Okay, now that's all grouped together. We can move it there. And even though the white's not there, it'll show up if you put another background on it. So let's Control G to group it, and let's make it, I want really the sideways. Well, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I've got it grouped together. I'm going to rotate it 30 degrees. Now it needs 60 degrees. And what that did, that gave us a flat side right here. So we're going to make this an even amount. Let's make it, we need to make it small, so let's make it 3. Now, if we take that and change our nudge factor to 3, now we can Control D and move that over. Now, once we have those, Control G to group it. And we could move it back, but if we hit the plus key on the keyboard, same thing. Sometimes without a line, it'll be kind of hard to hit it, but I think I hit it dead on. And because we hit it on the first try, well, no, I didn't. I must not have. So now we can group this together. And this one's going to be completely different. So I Control D again. Had it snap to. Now that I hit it the first time, I'll be able to do that. Now I'm actually going to Control G to group it, and I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. Now, if we look at it, we've got a lot of space between there, but that's kind of cool. You know, if you think about the pattern. And then if you wanted to make it, you know, perfectly square, hit P and put it in the center of the page. I'm going to go ahead and hold down the Shift key and double click on the rectangle box, and it's going to put a line around it. Now we can trim off that stuff And it doesn't have to be perfect, but you can hold down the shift key, kind of get on that line, and then go right here and intersect it. And what that did, it gave you this. Now, so big deal, but let's hold down the rectangle tool again with the shift key. And let's move that out of the way. And let's fill that in with blue. And let's go to the interactive fill tool and swipe across it. And we're going to make it kind of like the other one. I'm going to put red there, yellow, green. And then you can move these around. And then when we move this back, we're going to go ahead and go up to Object, Order, Back a Page. And we're just going to nudge it right back over. So you've got a completely unique looking pattern. I should have done this one. It's just more blacks and the center was black. And then this one was kind of easier because it was just moving stuff over. But I really kind of like that one maybe the best. Anyway, just playing around. Hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.